So it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie. The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid. But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee, dee-dee, a fwit-dee-dee-dee-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Ya-da-da-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go! Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Greetings, friends. Thank you all for joining us on this very odd but special night as we wrap up a really awesome Gothic horror gaming campaign, whatever. You know what I mean. First of all, before anyone gets started, we would like to give you a content warning. The following program contains graphic scenes of horror, violence, potentially against minors, creatures of common phobias. It can feature a whole lot of stuff. I will give you an idea of what we've been dealing with recently, but more than anything, if this is not if you don't like a true crime show, if you don't like scary stuff, then this may not be the show for you. That's totally fine. We have lots of other wonderful programming on Nat 21 Adventures, so please feel free to check it out. Welcome to our spooky stream. Let's see what else we should do is talk to people who do things. 3D to you as our friends. They will be at the New Jersey Renaissance Fair for the final weekend of the New Jersey Renaissance Fair. I might also be popping by just for the heck of it. 3D to you, they do personalized gifts for gamers. They do mimics and dice boxes, and they have dragons that they've been 3D printing. They have all kinds of really interesting stuff. So please get a chance, go check them out, 3dtu.org. You can follow them on Facebook and Instagram, or you can see them in person at the New Jersey Renaissance Fair this weekend. Also, bloop. Muncaster Castle is happening literally right now. Paolo is there with a crew, and they've been having a really wonderful time, and it sounds like it's been a blast. But Ren Adventures also has other things going on. Specifically, I know that they have an event coming up at the end of the year, going to the Louisiana Renaissance Fair, where a lot of our players and a lot of our frequent attendees will be at the festival itself. So please check out renadventures.com if you would like further information or would potentially like to join us. Also, me, Dare, a collection of short fiction. Why can't I speak today? Good Lord. A collection of short fiction and poetry is available on Amazon. It's also available on Audible. You can also hopefully follow us on Instagram and whatnot. I apologize that I have... I don't apologize for having an 8-month-old, but I apologize that I have no brain power or time to myself to be able to promote things like I would like to. I am sincerely hoping to create a new book this coming fall that I will be speaking about and releasing information about in the near future. So hopefully you'll see some information about that soon. Woo! Aw, thanks. Take a moment, breathe, let your wiggles out. We love you. I do have, I have options. I have a freezer behind me that has cake, and I have a refrigerator, tiny refrigerator behind me in our basement that has soda. So I might just go hog wild. We don't know. My sincere apologies, as well as several of us have very minor colds. We're all doing fine, but just if there's coughing on the stream, that's us. So tonight's game, let's start with just what we're doing. This is Gothic Horror Gaming. This is a Delta Green campaign. Delta Green is a D100 based system. So here I have my special math rocks. Everything is D100 based. So if you have a skill like you're a locksmith, let's say you're a locksmith and you have a 60% chance of cracking a lock. No matter what you're doing, pretty much 60% of the time, you're going to be able to do it without too many extra steps, too many extra details. In that regard, then, you as a locksmith and a couple of other things will need to roll under the 60% in order to succeed at that skill. So if you are suddenly in front of a door and you need to unlock that door for whatever reason, you have to roll under 60. 60 and below counts as a success. 61 and above counts as a failure. There's a couple of things with this. Doubles on either end of that spectrum count as a critical success or a critical failure. So a 22 in that case would be a critical success. So not only do they, break down the door, but they also have done it in such a way that you would never know that there had been a locksmith here that was opening the door. On the opposite side of that would be critical failure. So that'd be like a 66. And then, you not only did you not get the door open, but unfortunately, you also left a whole bunch of tool marks on the door. So clearly the door has been tampered with. The only thing that succeeds no matter what is 69, because I work with a lot of military people, and nice. So you get the idea. what we are doing today is wrapping up a session that has been going on for a little bit, and I'm very excited that the weather is cooperating and that people's internet is cooperating. This is taking place in New York in the 1970s, and it is based on a very real case that you can certainly look up, called the Son of Sam murders. And it was a very intense time in New York City's history. Unintentionally, I've picked 3 people who actually have lived in New York City to play this game, which is fascinating to me. But yes, in the 1970s, the police had 300 officers and 45 psychiatrists assigned to this case at one point. So this is a very, it was a very important case at the time when it came out. And the person is still alive. So maybe we'll deal with some of that later. But for now, I will let my friends sort of wrap up the last time that they were here and give you guys an idea of what's been going on. Let's bring in our friend Sharon Green first, so you can talk about what you do and what has been happening recently.
So I am an immigration and customs enforcement officer working undercover on this particular case. What happened last time? All sorts of things happened last time. We had big plans to go exploring, and you know, it was such a blur with driving an ambulance around and murder dogs, and
there were many murder dogs. That's true.
In fact, it's so overwhelming that I'm sort of like, where did we start with all of that before the dogs came out?
I think initially you had started by running away from rats, like a flood of rats. That had happened.
Run away from a flood of rats that were in David Berkowitz's apartment, and we had returned to meet with our chief to give him, you know, the film from the situation, briefed them on what had been going on. And my esteemed colleague managed to talk his way into getting an interview with David Berkowitz later tonight, which hopefully that goes well.
That's fun.
But then we were also joined by our EMT friend who, since she had her ambulance, she could, you know, drive us around and allow us to go back and take a look and see if there's anything that we might have missed and look like next door. And we didn't get very far with that because we basically went, you know, over to the house like diagonally, and all of a sudden there's some dogs in the yard, and all of a sudden all of those dogs want to eat us.
Yes.
Because there's some sort of demon horn dog, which sounds sexier than it is, coming to basically shake our sanity and destroy us. And through some crazy driving shenanigans, we managed to not die. But I think that might be better explained by our intrepid driver.
Yes, I am curious. I love how just out of nowhere you were like, okay, one of you get in the driver's seat, and it happened to be the one person in New York that didn't have a driver's license that ended up doing this. That would be Dr. Owen Holiday. Why don't we bring you in for a minute and you can talk about your experience.
All right. Yeah. I don't know. One person in New York without a driver's license might be over exaggerated. I don't think people in New York actually know how to drive at all. But yes, hello again. It is I, Dr. Owen Holiday, coming to you from the best pizza joint I have found thus far in Oregon. And by that I mean the only pizza joint, and I'm never leaving because their pizza kills. It's so good.
Nice.
It's called Futano's, so not sponsored, just an excellent product.
Fair enough.
So yes, so we were running away from some very hungry, very angry doggos. I believe they were they Rottweiler? No, they were Dobermans.
Dobermans. It was a collection of Dobermans.
They were Dobermans. Yes,
sure
yes. A pack of Dobermans. And then, yes, we did manage to get away without getting eaten. Because I don't know if there is a god, but if she's there, she was fixing our dice. And then, right before we escaped, we were met by what I can only describe as a fucked up the horned and the winged cocker spaniel, some kind of demon dog. And then we escaped. But yeah, you bring up an excellent point. I gotta go interview this guy.
Yes,
So
you
that's what I'm looking forward to.
miraculously rolled really well, and
did.
have the opportunity to potentially talk to David Berkowitz in person, which is pretty interesting.
I'm incredibly excited about it, but I might be the only one. Mr. Social Butterfly over here.
And we will be joined shortly by our detained EMT driver, who's probably still just recovering from she was on the roof of the car, I think, at one point, getting snapped at by several dogs.
I assume she's just smoking like 2 packs before she joins us.
Yes, probably.
One right after another, just cheating them on.
Fun. So now that you guys have escaped ostensibly from these dogs that were hounding you, that was not meant to be a pun, but they're
nice.
Ooh.
I don't mean to do these things; they just happen.
You're just that talented. It just happens.
What do you two think that you would want to do? I mean, so I think when we last left our heroes, you were escaping in the ambulance and just driving the heck out of there. You had previously been in Yonkers in front of the house where the dog was supposed to be, and that's where you had encountered many dogs.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts? What are you thinking you might want to do at this point?
Oh man. Well, let's see. Did we actually accomplish anything by going to that house, or did we just get chased off?
We basically just got chased off.
Okay. All right.
So I guess the question would be, do we feel capable of either A, putting together a plan and going back to confront the horned devil dog, or do we just press on to your interview?
Listen, I'm not the one driving the ambulance for obvious and as per mentioned reasons. So
you've been doing some amazing roles, though. I gotta say, like, of the times that you've been like, "Ooh, surprise! I'm gonna jump in the driver's seat and try to drive," and I was like, "Okay, roll to see if you don't like back into somebody else's car." Like you've been doing quite well. You could maybe make this really good.
I think that I think I'm good to go back to the either back to the precinct and talk to our guy, or we could try getting into the house again using some other means of entry, but what's in the house that we want, you know?
Well, I guess we've confirmed that the dog exists, and maybe the
demon
dog was
dog
really
does
talking
exist.
to. So maybe we
all
can
right.
get some more information about the dog.
Okay, all right. So can we so I got the that Bible, and then also the seal, the is it the sign of Solomon, seal of Solomon?
Oh gosh, I had this written down.
Key of Solomon?
Key of Solomon.
Key of Solomon. Yes. Can I look in that and see if I can find anything that is kind of similar or akin to this devil cocker spaniel?
Yes. Yeah, thank you, Dracula's stepdaughter. Yes, the Lesser Key of Solomon, which is apparently it is a real book. In case anyone's curious, not that you could find it in like Barnes and Noble, but it does exist. And it is supposedly a collection of demonology, basically. Yeah, so you want to look through the book and see what you can find out about it?
Look through, see what's happening in there, see if I can find anything of interest.
Yeah.
Maybe they have like how to banish those sort of things.
Yeah, is there like an index in the back, like demon, devil, dog?
Well, you have a pretty decent occult skill, if I'm remembering correctly.
I do. I might
Yes.
disappear as I look at it on my phone. That I'm also using to do this thing.
I
You just
certainly don't.
notified.
I can't help you here.
Come on, Dr. Pepper. Let's go. Hang on.
Hmm.
Aha.
I think it's a 60.
Okay. I
Ooh.
thought so. I thought you were pretty high up there.
Yeah, it's pretty on up there. I just don't
Okay.
remember if it's a cult is a 60. Yes.
Great. Okay. So you can roll your occult skill to see if you can sort of parse through this book and figure
Alright.
out whether or not there are de-summoning rituals and involved with summoning rituals and whatnot.
Oh, hell yeah! That is a 7.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done. Oh, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but most of you have been here before. If you would like to spend your Twitch points with our friend Dracula's stepdaughter, who has Twitch count right now, you are welcome to do so, and that can benefit our players. Players, just as a reminder, you have to declare that you are using a help before you actually roll it, and that is just subtracting 5 from whatever your result is, so that you can potentially do really, really well. But
That's the lowest roll I've had yet. A 7.
oh boy. And apparently you can order a paperback copy of The Lesser Key of Solomon for $7.99 on Amazon. Great.
You
Nice.
can get anything on Amazon.
No one is surprised? No one is.
Not
Truly
really.
can get everything on Amazon.
Yeah, so with that roll, you are able to sort of parse through the book, and you are very well versed in the occult, so you're kind of like, okay, demon. The lab it's a Labrador actually, but it is a Glaciolabulus, which has many other kinds of names, which I cannot pronounce. Is a president of hell who commands 36 legions of demons.
36.
36 legions of demons. But the more you go through this book, the more you're like, okay, there are like presidents of hell, there are, kings and queens of hell. There's like there is no logic to this like hierarchy per se. Everybody's got friends, basically.
Just like as a, like assistant to the manager instead of assistant manager of hell.
A lot of middle management.
There's a lot of middle management in hell is basically what you've determined. There's a sincere amount of middle management in hell.
All right. Is there anything in there that is about like the banishment of our friend?
So what you see sort of in the same handwriting that you had found that list on, the list that had all the names of varying people that were potential targets. In the same handwriting, there's a bunch of stuff scratched in the margins. And it looks like to you that somebody's been trying to perfect something, some kind of incantation. It's on the same page as the information about the demon, but even with your knowledge, you're not quite sure if this is a summoning ritual or if this is a like dismissing ritual.
I'm not sure if it's a summoning or a dismissing.
Yeah, it could be either. The Latin is pretty standard stuff. Like, we bring forth the lesser demons and call them to our aid, and from the pits of hell we are asking for your concerns and whatnot. But it's the same thing as being like in church and basically just saying like, God, hear our prayer. That doesn't necessarily mean that God's going to show up. There are specific words that make God get stuck in the material plane.
Yeah. Okay. I would like to relay that to our friends, just kind of like what it says. I'm not super sure if this is a summoning or a banishment, but I think the only way to be sure is probably to ask um, our little jailbird friend um, if he knows the difference.
I mean,
Uh,
we can ask him. He's
so
gonna tell us the truth.
I mean, I think once I say, "Hey, I believe you," that the dog was talking to you, I think he might, see us as being on the same side here.
Unless
If it
if
doesn't
he
break his
likes
mind
having the
entirely.
dog guy here, he's not gonna want to help us banish it.
I just have to put
Well,
up this comment briefly. If you're Catholic, you can ask the saints to intercede on your behalf because there is a heaven. So there's a lot of middle management there too. Thank you. We love you. Brilliant.
Well, if he doesn't get the information we're looking for, do you think if we tried that occult shop again, they might know the difference? Or is this like the real stuff and that's the fake stuff?
um, some of that is real, but I also think a lot of it is like by happenstance. You know what I mean? Like it's a real monkeys and typewriters in a room situation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, we can try that first.
Well, how much time we got?
Yeah, what time
What
is
is-
it?
Okay, yeah, the timeline of right now is confusing. So I know when you left the apartment when you were being chased out by rats, that was early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then I think you guys went back downtown to the precinct and picked up your other friends, and then you went back out to Yonkers. I just don't know what like timing wise this is. I would assume that by now it's probably later in the evening.
All right. Well, you're not supposed to interview until like 1 a.m.
Well, we got plenty of time then. So let's go to the occult shop. Let's ask our friend there if he is familiar with any of this. And as long as that doesn't set off any alarms, um, then we can go and talk to our jailbird and see what he has to say.
Doc, do you think you're gonna be able to keep it together to ask this dude any questions?
Me? Yeah, I'll be fine as long as there's no rats. It's okay.
Okay.
Look, listen, dogs, totally doable. Demon dogs, even? Sure. Rats? Miss me with that. Nope. Absolutely not.
All right. I mean,
Yep. You guys are welcome to head back to the occult shop.
I really want to see you try.
Herman Slater's Magical Child is still open and will be open until about 9 p.m. So you guys are there, not right before close, but it's like 8:30. Like
We're the last customers of the day.
Yeah.
For sure.
He doesn't do a lot of brisk business this late at night.
All right, Agent Green, why don't you get in there?
You want me to show him the book, or do you want to do it?
I can hold the book. But why don't you do that? Do the talking for this one.
Sure, I can do that.
He respects you.
Debating. All right. All right. So we're gonna go in.
Yep. This is like 2 days after you had talked to him initially?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, and Herman is there, and he immediately recognizes you, and he's like, "Oh, Officer Green, thank you so much for coming by. I didn't have a number to get in touch with you. Yeah, we got our shipment of candles in again. Everything seems to be in order. I'm happy to show you my manifest if you really need it. But yeah, it just looks like we've got everything resupplied. I was going to do some restocking later on tonight, actually.
I mean, I'd love to take a look at the manifest just in case. There's all this weirdness going on with what was the big arrest and all. A lot of kids playing at summoning demons, trying to be cool.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, have you heard about some of that stuff that was happening down at the park the other day? I mean, well, not anywhere near us, but like down in Yonkers and whatnot. There was some kind of park or something. I do not have a New York accent today. I apologize. Yeah, there was some kind of park where there's, I don't know, a bunch of dogs being sacrificed or something. Anyway. Yeah, okay, here's
No,
my manifest.
we didn't hear about that.
Are you
What
gonna come in
happened?
and say hi?
Oh yeah, I know. I followed. I'm right on Agent Green's heels, holding the book,
Okay.
like
Oh,
very like.
just coming in.
I'm gonna take the manifest and look at it while.
Yeah. Yeah, Agent Green without looking, too hard at it. Like, yeah. Obviously, he's ordered a lot of candles.
Mhm.
Probably more black candles than anyone probably needs, but because he's been continually getting them either stolen or bought out, it's not a big deal. But everything else seems, I mean, for as weird as it is, it seems fine. Like you might get something flagged of like, this incense seems a little weird, but okay, you do you, fam. It's not like he's not like smuggling in like candles and cocaine, thankfully.
Yeah. Is he also stocking Lesser Key of Solomon's?
I no. The books that he has are pretty simple things. You would think like tarot reading books and just surprisingly a lot of different religious manuals of other things. But like annotated Holy Bible and annotated Quran and annotated God Jewish books. I keep forgetting what they're called.
Torah.
Torah. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Not
so
Jewish, just educated.
Thank you very much. So yeah, there's a lot of different things. Oh, and then your friend has finally stopped smoking cigarettes and has decided to be here.
Hey guys, what I miss?
You've been smoking outside because
You got attacked by dogs. We
You were
will.
very-
I mean, well, yeah, that was terrifying. Like, of course I am.
we went back to the occult bookstore and we're just doing a little interview here.
All right. Sure.
I want to put the key of Solomon on the counter, and I want to say like, hey, do you know what this is? Have you seen anything like this before?
Ooh. Hang on. Has he? He sees the book that you are putting down, and remember you had like a bunch of different copies of like Anton LaVey's Satanic Bible. Like there were 4 or 5 of those, but this one's very
Yeah, I've got one of those in my pocket.
and you pull it out, and he looks simultaneously like excited and concerned at the same time. He's like, wow. I've heard about this. I've never seen one before. Wow. Where'd you get this? This is amazing.
From a friend. So do you know?
Weird friends.
Well, yes. Do you know why someone would have this book?
I mean, I don't know much about it. I've never really looked through the thing, and I think half of it's like in Latin or something. But
It is.
I don't know Latin. I can say, oh God, was this something that was stolen? Do you think it came from my shop? I can tell you, I don't have it listed.
No, I don't think so. I don't think this came from here at all. But just if any of your customers has asked for something like this recently.
I mean, no, this is probably, I don't know. This is old. Like, I don't know, at least 100 years old. I put it back in what, 1870s, I guess. Yeah, this thing's old and kind of falling apart. Oh, did somebody write in it? Why did somebody write in it?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. But okay, but you're sure you haven't seen anything like this before?
No, from what I know, being an expert in the occult here, I think that it is a book about varying types of demons and
So I've gathered.
things in hell and whatnot. Yeah, but
Uh,
the only thing I ever knew was that it was like just a list, basically, like a big list of all the different demons and what they can do.
Huh.
if someone was going to try to summon something out of this book, do you think that your store would have all of the necessary requirements? Like all of the material components for that?
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Are you suggesting that that anybody would try to summon a demon from my store?
Well, listen, I'm not saying that you did it. I'm just saying that sometimes people might come in buying, a little Sudafed there, a little battery acid there, and voila, you've got a demon.
Ugh. Look, the only time anybody comes in for stuff like that is kids, mostly. Like it's you got to know what you're doing. All right. If you're going to bring an entity of any kind into the world, whether that's a ghost or something incorporeal or, a fetish, a monster, a demon, whatever you want to call it, you got to bring it into the world with specific words, which are usually not written down. You got to find them out from somebody. And then you got to figure out a way to keep it here. That's the issue. Because you could probably summon practically anything and it'll just be like, what am I doing here? And then it'll try to leave. But you've got to be very specific about what you want it to do with it. And you've got to convince it to stay.
All right. So the person who would have summoned, hypothetically speaking, this thing, and I want to like flip to the page. I probably have dog eared or something that has the dog demon on it, and I want to say, so flip to that page. So if hypothetically speaking, if someone wanted to summon this thing, is that the only person who would know how to get rid of it?
Oh,
Hypothetically, of course.
that's an ugly one.
You should see it in person. I mean, yes.
I'm gonna have to make you roll to see if you can convince him that you're bluffing.
I wondered how this would go.
What am I rolling?
Whoopsie.
That would probably be something like, oh, let me see. I'm gonna pull up the right things.
You're never gonna believe it. An 8.
Oh, well, yeah, whatever it is. Shockingly, yes.
Amazing.
I would have gone with like charisma there, but yeah, you definitely would have hit that.
I've
Unless
rolled
your
this
charisma is like a 2.
7 and an 8 thus far. Don't let me roll another thing.
Oh my god.
Yes, your dry, sardonic, intellectual wit is making him unnerved, but he's still just like with Agent Green on your side, who's just continuing to pour over his manifest. He's like, okay, I'll answer anything you want. Okay, so theoretically, if somebody wanted to summon a demon and they didn't want to, get immediately murdered by it because it's a freaking demon, I would say, I don't know. A lot of that kind of stuff requires like a blood sacrifice. It's usually like you gotta kill something to get it to stay there or entice it to show up or whatever. I don't deal with a lot of that stuff. That's like Santeria and stuff. That's you got to go to different neighborhoods for stuff like that. But yeah, usually it's some kind of blood thing.
Fascinating. Thank you so much. I'm gonna close the book and like take it back and hold it again.
Delightful.
Well, I think your manifest looks like it's in order.
Thank you. I don't want to be in trouble with anybody, I mean, with all the crazy stuff going on lately, I don't want anybody thinking that I'm involved in some nonsense or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, could you just write down your name and your contact information, just so in case we do need to get a hold of you again? You said you didn't have our number, so could you write yours down for us?
Sure. Yeah, I mean it's on the door. Herman Slater's Magical Child. We've been established open relatively recently. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but like your I don't know. If I need to get a hold of you outside of working hours, do you have a phone number that's best?
Gosh. I mean, yeah, I got a home phone. Yeah, I'll write it down. Yeah, sure. So he gives you, ostensibly his home phone number.
All right.
Ooh.
I'm gonna tuck that into the book, and then thank you so much, and then I'm going to turn and leave.
Right, pleasure doing business with you. I'm gonna close up tonight. Thank you.
All right, let's like go back to the ambulance and reconvene.
When I get back into the ambulance, I want to open up the book and I want to check his handwriting against the list that has been written down.
Very clever.
Nice. Okay.
Ooh. Yeah, you're no handwriting expert, but this doesn't look the same. I
No.
mean,
Okay.
if you want to get like
I think he's.
specific, there's like
I
a
think he's
left-handed,
clean.
right-handed, and all that. Sort of stuff.
I think he's good. I think we can trust him then.
All right.
Great. All right. I am gonna tuck the phone number into like my shirt pocket or something, just in case.
Just in case.
There you go. All right. So what now? Sorry for the long smoke break. It happens.
You had a very tough day.
Yeah, those
Dog
dogs.
trauma to get over.
You almost got your ass eaten by a dog.
I did. You know, I really wish you wouldn't use that phrasing, but yeah,
Yeah, that phrasing makes it sound a lot sexier than it is, and it's not.
it's not. It was not good. Okay. So we went and we talked to the magic shop guy again. What else do we want to do?
Well, we're waiting to do the interview with
Yeah.
Brooklyn. That's like 1 a.m.
Yeah. How long do we got till that anyway?
Well, if he was closing his shop up at like 9-ish, then not very long.
Oh, all right. Well, that's
Doc,
not too bad.
You got anybody who reads Latin really well and can be real specific about what this says?
Ooh, me, I read Latin real well. I
But-
mean, as well as you can actually read Latin. It's it is a dead language.
But you said you couldn't tell if this was like a summoning or a banishing.
Well, that's not because I can't read it. It's just the context is unclear.
So I assume if we're summoning, we have to kill somebody, and then if we're banishing, like, I don't know, give birth. I don't know.
I mean that makes sense to me. So
Yes, everyone runs away
No,
from babies, including demons. Good job.
I'm not saying that your logic is flawed, but no, I don't. I'm not sure of the process by which we banish this specific demon. They do all have different things that get rid of them,
oh.
as well as different things that summon them. But yes, we could go back to the museum, and I could confer with any of my other notes. As you know, the occult is one of my specialties at the museum. I could confer with my coworker.
Sure. Is there like a church we could stop at on the way?
I
Maybe,
mean,
like, get some
probably
holy
or
water?
something.
No.
I mean, there's one up on like I don't know. Well, I mean, there's one on
I'm
the way
not
to the
saying I
station.
necessarily believe it will do anything, but after the dog days of today, you know what? Why not?
Hey, why not? You know, listen, and maybe they know how to banish some stuff. Cause I don't know. My only thought is like, well, what's a dog afraid of? The dog catchers, and I'm like, and I'm not a dog catcher, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Curious.
there's plenty of churches around here. What do you want? You Catholic, Episcopal, like?
I don't know. I feel like Catholic is the most like demons.
Yeah, let's go to a Catholic one. That sounds fun.
Okay.
All right.
I am curious because I haven't lived in New York before. What Catholic churches are open past like 10 p.m. on a Thursday?
Ah,
I actually think a good bit of them keep their doors open as
I was
like
honestly curious.
a
Yeah.
mission. I'm pretty sure it's one of the like do good deeds things.
Okay.
I mean, you're not going to get very far in there, but close enough to like the holy water.
yeah. All right.
Close enough to the holy water.
All right. Well, I think there's one like up a couple blocks.
Sounds like a John Green novel.
Close enough to
Close enough to the
holy
holy
water.
water.
There we go. All right.
Yeah.
I will drive us to the nearest Catholic church then.
Thank you.
Beep
Yep,
beep,
there's
vroom vroom.
certainly St. Mary's of something that's
Great.
on a corner, not too far along. And yes, it does have the at least one of the doors, those big wooden doors, is cracked open. It's not entirely open, but there are some, candles burning. There's at least one priest who is in there, basically just cleaning stuff up.
I'm gonna leave the Lesser Key of Solomon in a car for this one.
That's fair.
Great. Just, just in
really
case you walk
fair.
in and it immediately catches fire or something,
Yeah, and let's make sure the doors are locked.
I want to go up to the priest and be like, "Excuse me, Father. This is going to sound like a really weird request, but in light of everything going on in the city right now, could I get a bottle of holy water?"
Oh, of course, my child. You are welcome to do so. Yes.
That would be great. Thank you.
Yes. And he will probably be very insistent upon like giving you some kind of blessing personally as well, while he's standing there. But yeah, you can get like a little bottle of holy water. That's fine.
I'm gonna do that. Put some change in the donation box. Thank you so much.
Anybody else?
I mean, might as well. Just a blessing for me, because I'll take a little sample size of the holy water if you got one, but
Of course, my child, but no smoking in the rectory, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I drop my cigarette and just like step on it right there. I'm so sorry. I don't usually come in here. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I'm on the other side of it.
I'm gonna go over to the votives and just light one of the candles. And like do a little kneel.
Okay. Do you want to say anything or dedicate this to anybody?
No. I just a very private moment here while we're at the church.
Sure.
And then once I'm done with that, I just want to go up to the father and just say, "Thank you, Father, for your protection."
Of course. Go with God, my child.
Yes. And also with you.
I guess that's our cue. We should go.
Yeah. All right.
Get back in the ambulance. Like, look, I don't know if it's a placebo. I figure better safe than sorry. We're gonna be talking to this dude who's summoning devil dogs with dead girls.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, yeah.
I don't know if this is a hypothetical anymore. We saw the demon. I think that up until this point, I've never seen an angel or a demon, and now that I have, I need to reconsider a lot about my life.
Did you ever actually read like what an angel looks like? It's weird and freaky.
It's real weird.
Terrifying, but we don't have the time.
No, we should get going.
Yeah. All right. Back in the ambulance of dog escaping. I don't know. I need another cigarette.
All right, so you got the holy water.
Yeah, they both do actually.
All right. Can I like ruffle around in the back of the ambulance for like a spray bottle?
Oh.
Would
I don't know. Well, I would imagine that you would potentially have a spray bottle of just other stuff in there. You know what? There probably is a spray bottle that is more with like iodine solution or like a solution to clean off the tables and whatnot back there than it is to actually like do anything with. So yeah, if you would like to add, I don't know.
I'm
alcohol
gonna dump whatever is in the bottle out, and then take your holy water and place it in the spray bottle, and give it a couple of good squirts. All right.
Yes.
Now,
There we go.
You dump grain alcohol all over the bay of the ambulance and then pour in water.
we
Well,
have
at least
more
it's clean
important
now.
things right
Yeah, it
now.
feels very strong, but it will evaporate eventually.
Great. I'm gonna hold on to the spray bottle.
All right. I guess we're going to go and talk to our friend now.
So let's go meet up
What do we
with
want to do?
Cochise.
Yes.
Yep, perfect. Let's go meet up with Cochise. Beep beep. I'm an ambulance. Yay.
All right. Yes. So Lieutenant Randy is there. And you roll up like 12:30 ish. He brings you into his office. Thank you all for joining me. Sharon, here is your the pictures you were asking for. I don't know exactly what you're trying to look for on these, but they exist. Some of them are messed up, but good luck with that. All right. I can give you pretty much exactly 15 minutes to talk to David Berkowitz. You are welcome to talk to him. That is as much as I can give you. And yeah, I will be timing it because there is a point where the next officers come through and you're gonna have to get moving. I don't want this leak, you know.
Yeah.
I want to take the Book of Solomon with me, and I want to give Agent Sharon the spray bottle of holy water.
There you go.
Okay.
Only shoot him if I say to shoot him. He might be a demon, but I don't want to blow our shot.
Delightful. Okay. So I'm going to do this in a second, but I do have an online stopwatch that I'm able to use. Take a couple of minutes and plan with one another what you want to say to David Berkowitz. I will give you exactly 15 minutes to say whatever it is that you need to do. And I'm not giving you extra time for roles or anything. So whatever you want to say, we're going to get it out.
Okay.
All right.
So
take a minute to talk.
Here's
our plan.
All
right. I want to ask him like what the dog said to him.
Okay.
That was talking to him and telling him because he said that the Cochise said that a dog told him to do it.
Yeah.
So I want to ask what he said, and I want to ask him if he summoned the demon, if he knows how to unsummon it, and yeah, if he knows anything about the sacrifice that just happened.
Perfect. You should also ask him if he has friends who also do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
If he knows anybody else.
He knows who the other hand is. Who are those people?
Yeah.
If he knows who the other who is.
The handwriting.
Okay. He knows who the handwriting is.
Some of it does. But ask him if he's the one who summoned the demon. If he's the one who summoned the dog. And how does he intend to send the dog home? I guess.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Woo!
Oh boy.
All right, you guys.
What could go
like you're
wrong?
ready?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Sure.
All right.
Oh
I'm
goodness.
adding. It's huge. I didn't mean for that to happen. Hang on.
No,
Earn 4 times the points.
it's very dramatic. I kind of enjoy
I love this. This is very
Okay.
dramatic.
Giant 15-minute timer.
Okay.
All right. That's set. And you walk into a room and you see a nondescript, vaguely Jewish man with pale skin. He's kind of chubby. He's chained to, like handcuffed to a table in front of you. And Lieutenant Kochi says, I'm going to pretend that nothing's happening. Good luck. There you go.
Hello. My name is Dr. Owen Holiday, and I work at the Museum of Natural History. And I just had a couple of questions for you concerning the murders you have committed. I'm an expert at the Museum of Natural History in the occult and supernatural histories. Does he respond at all?
He's just smiling and nodding, just kind of quietly smiling and nodding.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Well, so I found this, and I'm going to put the Book of Solomon, or the Key of Solomon, on the table. Does this look familiar to you?
Where did you get that?
Your apartment. I also found a lot of other books there, but this was the one that I found interesting.
It's a good book. You ought to read it.
I will one day. I'm really more interested in this page here, and I'm gonna flip to the page with the demon dog on it. Do you know anything about this?
I might.
You might. If you did, what might you know?
Might know lots of things. I might know the names of the devils and the angels in heaven, and I might know where to find all of them, and I might know where they should be, and maybe where they are sometimes, and I might know where to light fires to make them happy. That kind
You're
of stuff.
pretty smart, I think.
Oh, you flatter me. Thank you.
No, I'm not flattering you. I genuinely see your intelligence. Something that these cops here don't necessarily see. I have a question for you as an academic.
Sure.
Did you figure out a way to summon this? Because I think that is just something no one's been able to do for a while. So that you should feel really proud of yourself if you did.
You're the first one who's actually been able to give me credit for some of this stuff. I'm so frustrated sometimes talking to these other people. But thank you. I he's like lifting his hands and they're like, he can't even like clap himself on the chest because they're nailed down.
Sorry about that.
Thank you. Well, what can you do, right? It took a lot of effort and a lot of figuring stuff out, but we got it taken care of. Fascinating stuff.
Did you have a partner?
No, it was always me. Of course, it was just me. I figured it all out myself.
The way you're saying that doesn't make me believe you. That's all right. You don't have to tell me about your partner. Clearly, you're trying to do the friend thing and take the fall, which again I respect. So I saw it.
You saw it?
It's still here.
Yeah, it's waiting.
Waiting for what?
Whoever's next.
whoever's next. I don't understand.
Well, you think like once you bring a demon into the world that it's just going to stop and sit back and relax.
Well, I've been told if they have no reason to stay, they go poof and disappear.
I mean, sometimes I guess that's true, but it depends on who you bring in, I guess. I mean, he's summoning a president of hell. He's got a whole bunch of legions to hang out with. He's got friends with dogs. He makes people invisible. It's all that there.
He makes people invisible.
Well, that's one of the things he can do sometimes if you're real nice to him. If you can just walk up to people and shoot them in the back of the head, then yeah, sometimes he'll let you be invisible.
I see. So is that how you did it?
Not always.
But sometimes.
Sometimes it was easier to get away when no one could see you.
I understand that. People don't see me either sometimes. Not because I'm invisible, they just don't see me. So what is it waiting for? Someone to take over? Someone to grab its leash? Or someone to sacrifice?
I mean, he's in the world. He kind of seems to enjoy it. I'm sure if someone were to go find out where he was and talk to him and maybe take a look at that list that used to be in this page right here that I assume that you probably have.
I have the list too. Did you write that?
Some of it.
Some of it, not all of it though. So why are you here? Why are you taking the fall for whatever's happened here? And clearly you got to gain something out of it, right?
I mean, have you seen the publicity? You know how everybody ignores you? When you're just talking about how everybody ignores you, they just sort of look through you like you don't exist. All these pretty girls and all of these partiers, they just look through you like you don't exist. Well, I exist now. I exist now. No one will ever forget who I am.
They won't. They won't at all. I promise. But, you know, I think that you have a chance to not be the bad guy. If you tell me what's really happening here, I promise I can, well, I can't do a lot, but I can make sure that your story doesn't end with you in jail. It ends with you being the hero, which might not be a lot to people like us, but something.
A hero, huh?
Yeah, that's stupid, I know.
No, I mean, I served in Korea. I thought I wanted to be a hero, but it never worked out that way.
Can you tell me this writing here? And I want to point to is that his handwriting? Is that your handwriting there? Did you write that?
Oh, yeah, all that Latin. Yeah, I'm not really good at spelling.
No, it's great actually. I mean, I can read it. That's you know, there's a few conjugation errors, but it's good. So was that to summon it, or is that to banish it?
Oh, that was me trying to figure out how to bring it over here. It took a while. Yeah, there's pages later about, I mean, if anybody wanted to try to get rid of it, but we never figured out the right way to do it.
Can you show me? I want to push the book to him and let him show me where they were trying to figure out how to banish it.
Sure. Yeah, and he flips through a couple of pages, and there's another demon's name, Marcosius, Marchocias, that is listed. And it looks like in the information that you have here that maybe something similar was going on with this demon, but they couldn't succeed. Like there's a lot more stuff sort of scratched out. Right. So we tried first to bring in this guy, and he didn't appreciate being called. What can I say? You try to call somebody at home, sometimes they just don't want to pick up. So
Yeah,
eventually we basically had to disconnect the line, and that's the bottom here, the bottom of this page. That's how you get rid of them. It's not that hard, honestly. You just gotta, from what you summon from blood it must go away. You just gotta find, enough of a something to kill to get rid of it.
Okay. Enough of a something to kill. All right. Now, again, you keep saying we, but your partner, they are invisible.
Oh, they wish they were.
Okay. There's nothing I can say to get you to tell me who they are or what they want.
I mean, if I had to guess, I would say it's late at night right now. They're probably in the woods talking. Maybe they're making a plan about somebody on the list or something. I don't even know if they'll remember everybody that was listed on there.
Yeah, because we took the list.
Yeah, they're not very bright.
They're not like us, not like you.
No, it's kind of a shame, really. I mean, I just sort of fall in with the wrong crowd, and you try to get other people into what you're into, and it's you think it would be fun, and everybody just has a good time, and then you're the only one doing anything about it after a while, and you get kind of frustrated. Like, come on, are we still doing this? Why are you guys freaking out and being chickens about everything? Come on, it's not like we haven't done this a bunch of times before. Just
but this time it worked. It's different.
Some people can't handle the pressure. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, thank you for talking. So I'll make sure that your story gets told.
I like that.
I'll know.
I would love for people to hear about me, and I don't think anyone will ever get tired of hearing my name. Not anymore.
I don't think they will either. No, definitely not. Well, I'm gonna grab the book back, and then right before I leave, I just want to turn around and say, "Is there anything else that you need to get off your chest, just between you and me?"
Just between you and me?
I'm gonna cross my heart.
Just between you and me. I didn't think it would be this much fun.
All right. And then I'm going to open the door and leave.
All right. 2 minutes left. Well played.
Right before the guards come back.
Woo!
Yeah, pretty much.
Go.
You guys are ushered into the office, and as you're leaving, you're hearing him just kind of not really laughing or chuckling or anything, but he's just sort of talking to himself a little bit, just quietly, and yeah. Based on what you are seeing, this man is very competent and knows exactly what he's doing, but he's going to play up all this random stuff to probably so he doesn't have to face a death penalty, which is still active in New York in the 1970s.
Woo! All right. Were we able to listen to this whole thing that happened, or do we need to be recounted? Recounted? Do we need to know? Words are hard.
You could probably hear some of it.
Okay.
If it's like the two-way glass kind of thing, you could probably hear at least some of it from the lieutenant's office. But in such a way that it would have to be, you'd have to be listening to it live. There are no recordings of this. He's basically going to scrub whatever recordings they have of him in custody to be like, yep, we're going to pretend like that didn't exist.
Woo! Great. All right. All right, Doc. How was that for you? Was that fun? What'd you get? Did you figure out who, what, how?
Actually,
He's not
Dr.
alone.
Owen, I would love for you to roll sanity. You are speaking to the mind of a serial killer, and you're going to have to see if that affected you in any way.
Use your help before you roll.
Yes, you have
Oh
plenty.
yes.
Do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
I'm gonna use one of my helps as I navigate to my role.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what your sanity is. I think you've lost like 1 sanity point.
I think I've actually lost 2.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. A 43, which I think is still good.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, he died.
oh, he lost it.
Oh
I'm sure he'll be
no.
back in a second. Which sucks because I think he succeeded.
Oh no.
Probably succeeded. I think everybody's sanity is higher than that.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh
This
well.
isn't gonna end well.
Me, oh my. That was a great conversation. That's
Mhm.
very good.
I did a lot of research.
Yeah.
To the point.
Sarah, while you're hanging out here, no, not Sarah, Sharon, my apologize. Sharon, what were the pictures that you had taken? Remind me again of what they looked like.
I had taken pictures. This batch of photos would be from the apartment before the rats came out.
Gotcha. Okay.
So of the whole.
I made it back.
Yay!
We're good. We're good. I just hit the wrong button.
That's
I rolled a 43 and I have a 58.
Awesome.
So
Okay. Yeah. This was deeply disturbing. But you kind of shake it off. You're just like, because you're so academic. Congratulations. You're like, this is just me reading a book about,
Yeah.
you know, I've read books of people, you know, books bound in human skin. I'm totally fine with this. This is great. So,
Yeah. So yes.
Sharon, yeah, okay. So the pictures of the apartment, he hands them back to you, and you can look through them. Most of them look pretty much exactly the way you were expecting. Like it's just pictures of the apartment, but there are a couple that have weird, like smudges on them, for lack of a better term. It sort of looks like almost someone got their thumb on the print before it was solidified. And just sort of smeared into it. It's a little disturbing.
Does it look like writing or like a picture of something or just?
It looks mostly like blobs. But the further you get into the pictures, the more it becomes apparent that they are probably getting closer to you as you were taking the pictures.
And where were they the closest to me?
Behind the bookshelf.
Oh. Cool. So as I'm going through the photos, when we're looking at the bookshelf, it's like this entity is behind me or coming towards me.
Coming towards you. It's like it's blacking out more and more and more of the photos the closer it gets.
Oh.
Hate that.
And I hate it.
You weren't there, luckily for you.
I know.
We're saying is there like a face as it gets closer? Or it's just the picture's becoming distorted?
Ooh. Let me think. I will say you take a moment to analyze it, and yeah, you can roll a sanity roll because yes, there is clearly something demonic looking, like a split sort of eye that you can kind of see through to the back of the rest of the apartment. And
Cool. I will use one of my helps.
Ooh.
Whee!
And thank goodness I did.
yay! No, that's a
I
bad.
got I rolled a 73, but minus the 5, so that makes
Nice.
me a 68. So I'm under, so everything's fine.
Great.
Yay! Good job using a help. Yep. This is
Woo.
woo. Yeah, that is now deeply disturbing. And none of the pictures that you had previously from the crime scene had any evidence of stuff like this. This is like something was in that apartment with you.
Doc, I think I know where he is. Or he was.
I'm gonna look over at the pictures. And,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's our guy.
But was that the helper that's invisible? Or is that the demon?
I think the helper. He said he's only invisible sometimes.
Okay. So he was in the room with us.
Sounds like it.
Oh goodness. All right. Oof.
Do you think he's following us?
We did break into their room, so potentially.
I hate that.
Do you think they followed us here? They can't get in here, right?
I mean,
What's gonna stop them?
I would like to grab the spray bottle of holy water and just go.
Right in a circle. Yes.
Okay. Sure. All right.
I just worry that
I don't think so.
you just went in there with him. What if you took him in there with you? And now they can talk to each other.
I mean, surely not, right?
There was an eye here, man. I don't know what this is, but can you do this ritual? Can you make this thing go?
Can you figure this out? Did he say anything about maybe sending these bad boys back to the bad boy place?
He said that blood made it appear, and basically blood's gonna get it to go away.
Oh, cool. So we have to kill something. All right.
Well, how
Sure.
much blood do we need? You work at a
A
hospital, kid.
lot.
I actually do. I could get blood wholesale.
A lot.
I mean, and give me an approximation. I could call in some favors.
Can I determine how many metric gallons of blood
Yeah, I am curious.
am I gonna need? Because contrary to popular belief, virgin blood does not mean blood of a person who is a virgin. Virgin blood just is like olive oil, hasn't been pressed before.
Yeah.
6 quarts of blood is the equivalent to the entire amount of blood in a human body. So you'd probably be pretty safe with that.
So so how much we thinking, Doc?
Like a good bit, like 6 quarts, like a whole person's worth of blood.
Like a whole person? Are we sure that's gonna be enough? We've seen
Let's
what the
grab a
MO
couple of bags extra.
Extra
for safe
bags?
measure. Extra
Okay.
bags.
Extra bag. So do they all have to come from the same person? Do we need to see the same blood type? What are we thinking here?
I mean, it should be okay to all be different types as long as, what are the odds that someone has had their blood used in a demon sacrifice or banishment before? If that's pretty low, I think we're safe.
These days you never know, but yeah, sure.
You just get like fresh blood. That's probably good enough, right?
Yeah, I mean, so do we want to be getting like blood bags, or we want to like go in for something?
I think some blood bags would be quite all right.
Okay, all right.
I did not sign up for sacrificing somebody on a.
I didn't say somebody. I said maybe we go grab a sheep from upstate or some shit. I don't know.
You're gonna put
I
a
don't
sheep
know
in
if we
your
have the
ambulance?
time for that.
I don't think we got the time either, but you know
No.
what? All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna go get some goods. Do any of you? Oh God! All right, boys are gonna hate me back at the bay for this, but you know what? Such is life, I suppose.
Ooh.
I
Take your
guess I
carton of
will.
cigarettes with you.
Yeah, listen. I got it. I got it all. I got it. It's fine. I guess I will start heading back to my ambulance headquarters and should try to make a deal with somebody.
I'm gonna ride with you.
Great. Sharon, you coming or you got other business?
No, I'm coming. I don't really want to be by myself.
Okay, that's fair.
Fair enough.
Great.
As you guys are walking out, Lieutenant Randy stops you for a second. He's like, wait a minute. Did Berkowitz say something about a park or something?
Yeah, I think, right, Doc?
Well, yeah. So there was apparently a pretty big sacrifice at a park up in Yonkers yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, hang on. And he starts flipping through a whole bunch of pages of random stuff. I mean, there are piles of things on his desk. So he's just like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. That's it. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce this. Untermeyer Park. Up
Sure.
in Yonkers, there were reports of like dogs being sacrificed recently, like a
Oh,
bunch
I
of
hate that.
German shepherds that were like disemboweled and whatnot. It was gross.
Oh,
That
poor
park's been
baby.
closed for years, but I mean, a bunch of people say that it's got stuff up there. Maybe, do you think that's where they would be? Maybe there's like staging place or something?
Sounds like it to me.
Okay, whatever you're doing.
Well, okay. Here's a thought. The blood's already on the ground. We might be able to simply hijack the ritual already in progress.
You know, I also think we should get some extra just in case. You know,
I think demons like it fresh.
yeah.
I mean, if I were a demon, I would want fresh blood. I wouldn't want somebody's sloppy second blood that was from some other day.
Okay. I think let's go with whatever you have in the ambulance right now. You definitely got.
I don't have any blood in the ambulance. You don't keep. You have to keep that like chilled. I don't have that right now.
Okay.
Like I gotta go back and I gotta go get some stuff, and then we'll be fine. It won't take that long. I'm gonna be really quick.
Let's do that fast then.
All right, we're gonna do it fast.
Do you need any other supplies for this? Do you understand what to do?
Do we need a gun?
I have a gun.
What?
Oh, great. Can I have a gun?
No.
Oh,
I'm gonna hand
have a
them
knife.
hand them the holy water.
oh, okay.
What? It's
I
like
wanted
a
a
gun.
real gun,
It's got a
but
trigger.
this works. I guess.
Do you know how to shoot a gun?
No, but I can figure it out.
Well, then no, you can't borrow any of my guns.
Okay.
Let's
Fine,
discuss
fine.
this on the way.
Fine. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Do either of you know
I-
how to shoot a gun besides me? I need to know this answer.
Right before we leave, I want to turn around and tell Cochise, hey, make sure that he's locked up tonight.
Yeah, I will. We've got other than the momentary lapse, we've got 24-hour surveillance on him.
Good.
And we're also making sure that he doesn't hurt himself either.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Okay, so then we're gonna go. I'm gonna definitely run outside to the ambulance. All right,
Beep, beep, beep.
let's go.
I'm an
Come on.
ambulance. Beep
Yeah.
Great. All right. Yeah. Sarah, you are going to your hospital?
Yes, I am.
Okay. How would you like to get this blood? Because they're not just going to give it to you for the heck of it.
No. I would like to take it. I just want to take it. I would like to go. This is pretty late at night. You know, obviously things do happen.
Yeah, this is probably like 2 or 3 in the morning by the time.
Yeah. So, and it's, obviously we got the night crew on. We love the night crew. Shout out to the night crew. But I think I'm gonna just walk in. I'm gonna make it look like I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna wave to everybody I know and be like, "Hey, yo, what's up, Bob? How's it going?" But I'm gonna just like beeline it to wherever this blood would be kept. And I'm gonna take like 10 bags of it. And I'm gonna put it in a box and I'm gonna take it out. And if anyone tries to stop me, I'm just gonna keep walking.
What do you think you would use for something like this? I'm just looking through like
Oh man.
bureaucracy because you would know where it is, or I mean, you could potentially do a charisma.
Yeah, I feel like that would be some sort of a charisma to make it look like I'm doing things. Am I gonna bite myself from that? I might. It's gonna be really fun.
We'll find out.
Yeah,
I mean, you can make a determination that there might be some other skill you could try.
Let me
But
see. Let's take a little
charisma
look.
seems to make sense.
I might also say that it would maybe perhaps be, excuse me, would it maybe be an alertness so I can just like dodge people's eyes a little bit and just like walk a little faster? Or is that for something else?
That would be stealth.
Okay. I think I just want to charisma it out. I think that would be fun. I would love to use, I want to use like 2 helps because that sounds fun for me. Okay. Yep. Please, dice. And then it's just a raw charisma roll, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Oh no. Even with 2 helps, I failed very, very badly.
Okay. How badly? Like just high above, or?
So my charisma is a 65 and I got an 86, so minus the 10 points for that is a 76.
Okay, so you failed, but you didn't like.
No, I didn't like
fail, thankfully.
Fumble the bag. I just fumbled it.
As you are walking out with 10 bags of blood, not your supervisor, but one of the supervisors, probably of the night crew, comes over and is like, "Sarah, what are you doing with all of that? What do you need that for?"
I completely panic and I say arts and crafts, and then I run.
Okay. I'm going to let you get away with it, but yeah, you'll probably have to deal with consequences after the fact of
yes, I so will.
Stealing a whole bunch of blood. And then getting into an ambulance and just booking it.
Choice.
Psych eval, baby. We're waiting for one on the way back. Yeah, cool. So I did it. As I'm like running and entering the car, I'm like, all right, we got it. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. Turn the lights on.
I know where that button is.
Yeah. Great. And I like whoever's sitting in the other seat, I shove the box in there, and then I'm just like, all right, we're going. And I turn on the car and we just book it. I just like foot pedal to the floor, going.
And conveniently, because you are booking it out of a hospital in an ambulance, no one seems to think that that's weird. And your coworker, who is kind of half-heartedly running after you, is just like,
"Hey!"
You kind of see him shake his head in the rear view as you get out.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, so we're going to this park. When we get there, be prepared. Things might get fucky.
Okay.
Okay.
What does that mean? I just stole a bunch of blood.
Doc, I need you to tell us how this ritual goes. Like, what do we got to do?
I'm looking. How's the ritual go?
All right. Roll me an occult one more time, and you do still have helps, so if you need that.
Yeah. How many helps do I have? Let's see. I've got
you have
2.
Yeah.
I've got 2. Let's use one of them. We'll use one of them. Hell yeah, that's definitely a success.
Nice. Bloody arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts.
So yes, I got a 36 6.
Okay. Yeah, so based on everything that you're reading from that final page on a different demon, yeah, the basic summoning ritual is you're basically saying everything that would have been said to bring them forward, but basically backwards. Like instead of saying, I call upon the name of this demon to bring it into being, it's I call upon the name of this being to dismiss it from the universe. I send you away. But yeah, basically what you are seeing is probably accurate, and you've nailed it. Like the one way that you could do this without killing somebody is probably getting a bunch of convenient blood, because blood is good. But yeah, it would definitely need to be fresh. So convenient we got that together.
I apologize. A little league baseball team, and they close in 30 minutes. So, thoughts and prayers to these employees. Okay,
Right.
I've got the ritual. I know what I'm doing. We just have to get within ritual distance.
Yeah,
Sure.
basically you have to find where this demon is, give or take, and then unsummon it, send it back.
Do I just
Great.
like take my knife and poke this open and squirt? Like, how's this gonna go?
Yeah. What is it? Do we have to draw a pentagram or something with the blood?
Yeah,
or
pretty
is it-
much. So, Sharon, the old pictures that you had from the crime scene would be able to detail some of that.
Okay.
So it's going to be kind of the same thing. You're going to light a bunch of candles. You're going to have, blood in like a circle, basically. And then, yeah, all he's got to do is just complete the ritual, and you should be good to go. There's a caveat.
Barring the demon attempting to stop us from doing this.
Yes, he has to be uninterrupted. If he gets interrupted, then the spell could be messed up, and then that could mean bad things. So
Okay.
you're going to have to make sure that he can do what he has to do for as long as he needs to do it, so that he's safe.
All right, here's the plan.
Okay.
Drive the ambulance into the middle of the park.
Was literally about to say that, actually. So we can
You two are
draw
gonna get out.
the pentagram in the ambulance.
Just one of us hang out the back and drop the blood while we drive around in a circle with the ambulance and make the pentagram.
I don't know
While
if I
I
can drive
chant.
that good, but like, yeah. Well,
Just
what
do
if we?
a 5 point, you know.
Does it have to be on
Make
the
a
ground?
star.
Because we could literally just put it in the back of the ambulance, and I can drive in circles around this demon, and you can get uninterrupted.
Would that work?
Modern problems
Might work.
need modern solutions.
And the thing is I just gotta go. And you know what? I think I could drive that good. I don't know if I can make a pentagram.
I don't know if the demon has to be inside the pentagram.
Does it have to be in there?
Okay, so I'm loving your creative solutions. Let me do a couple of quick things before we get into just driving around in circles. So it has to be on the ground somehow. On a stationary space. It could be on the ground, it could be on a rock, it could be on any stationary thing. The ambulance itself does not count.
If you drive in there and stop, we'll get out.
Okay.
I'll clean it. You start talking as fast as possible.
Okay, don't let it eat me.
All right.
Sarah,
What if?
what if you guess what?
What if we take a big rock, which is stationary, and we put that in the back of the ambulance? That's stationary.
I think it probably has to be connected to the earth
Oh,
and stuff.
damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think driving the ambulance in there and then quickly driving the ambulance into the middle of the pentagram and quickly fixing it is probably a good option.
Yeah. I'm not going to make it so hard that you have to have the demon in the pentagram at the time.
Great.
Like once you start talking to it, it'll probably show up.
There you go.
But
That's true. That's true.
yeah, you gotta you definitely have to draw the pentagram in blood on the ground,
Perfect. Okay, great.
however you so choose.
All right.
You
Are we
think-
ready?
That I can run down a demon with an ambulance.
I think you got a good chance of anybody.
Great. Let's do it. I'm gonna run into a demon today.
I want to take the holy water back from you.
Great, that's fine. I'm driving. Don't worry about it.
No, listen.
Yeah.
You're gonna be driving. We're on the
Yes.
ground. I need that.
Oh, I know. Absolutely. I'm driving. I don't care. You take it.
Thank you.
I'm, yeah, of course.
Put that in my front pocket.
Great. Okay. Are we ready? Are we going? All right,
Let's
let's
do
go.
this.
Vroom vroom. I'm in an ambulance.
Yeah. Let me see if I can screen share the park. Hang on,
Oh my goodness.
because it's a real park.
What could go wrong?
Of course it is.
If we're gonna go, we should make it big.
Yeah, well, of course, yeah.
There's no way this doesn't work.
No, not at all. It's a perfect plan. It's
Okay.
an absolutely perfect plan.
So
No
here
fault.
is Untermeyer Park, which is a real place in Yonkers. It is actually very close to the residence where the dog was supposed to have been, and the apartment complex that you already investigated.
All right.
So, I think if you can drive the ambulance in a circle and then do a like 5-point turn, like we can just drop the blood off the back of the ambulance and like make this sigil absolutely huge. That way we can't mess it up.
I mean, we gotta make sure we're not gonna run out of blood, though. I only got 10 bags,
Yeah.
and like we
That's
can't go
plenty.
back. I'm gonna get written up when we go back. So,
It's plenty. It's plenty.
okay, all right. I mean, I could probably do that.
All right. That's what you would like to do. You'd like to drive the ambulance
Oh.
in the.
Yeah, it's just a like it's a forward, like it's a circle, and then it's forward, backward, forward, backward, forward.
Yeah.
What if
that
there's a tree in the
creates-
way?
Listen, this is
We'll
one
put
of
it where
those.
there's no tree.
I would love to argue, but it's so cinematic. I feel like I can't.
Okay, that's, you know what? That's fair. If only. If only.
Sarah, you're going to have to roll a drive skill in order to make sure
Excellent.
that you can actually do this accurately.
Great. Let's see. Oh man, I really hope I don't screw this up.
You do have helps.
Use help.
I
Use
do.
help.
How many? Okay, yeah, I'd like to use my 2 helps right now.
Okay.
Good idea.
Oh, hey, that's a success. Okay, the helps actually really helped.
Yay!
So that's cool. That is a 53 for a success. So
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you are an expert at driving around in random places. Thank goodness.
Woo.
So yeah, you are able to drive the ambulance, and not quickly. Thankfully, you drive it probably about 15 miles an hour in such a way that you can actually do pretty good pentagram. And then once you've stopped, any spaces that there exist, any blots that didn't quite go the way you wanted it to, you can redraw with a little bit of extra blood. And you basically used all 10 bags to get this drawn on the ground. But it is about like 10 feet across.
All right, the second is completed. I want to start the retreat.
Okay.
As soon as he starts talking, I want to get my gun out in one hand and the holy water in the other.
So you are dual wielding now. You have gun in one hand, spray bottle of holy water in the other.
Yep,
are you both in the ambulance still, or are you on the ground?
we're on the ground.
Great. I am still in the ambulance, ready to run down this demon as soon as possible.
Delightful. Okay.
Right.
Cool. So I think I still have your turn order here.
Oh,
Yeah, Dr. Owen is first. That's right. So Dr. Owen, then Sarah, then Agent Sharon. All right. I will give you guys a free round to see what happens. So Dr. Owen, you have a turn. What do you want to do?
I am focusing all of my energy on this ritual.
Okay. Yeah, you are
So I'm
able to.
reading the Latin out loud. This, whatever it is.
I mean, yeah, it's basically just it looks like a liturgical service, but with
Uh-huh.
demon summoning in it.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
I have to mark that for Chris Koya because she's actually Catholic and she will find that hilarious. Um, so yeah, you are basically just doing kind of like a service, but with involving demons, and there's less hymns, I suppose.
Yes, yes. Remind me, what's the name of the demon again?
Glacia labolas.
Asiolopolis.
Yep.
Alright, so I am there saying, Glaciolopolis, I banish you from this plane, Glaciolopolis, get it the fuck out of here. Never come back. That kind of stuff.
Sarah, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
I want to drive myself to what would seem to be like the most opportune position to see almost everything around me. Probably on
Okay.
the edge of the actual pentagram. I don't know what side it's going to come from. I don't know if we're going to even see it right away. But I want to put myself in a really advantageous spot so wherever it comes at me, I can either back into it or just go straight ahead.
Okay, so right where that red dot is, sort of to the right of it, you see there's like a big open field, basically.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you are more than welcome to put your big ass ambulance right there,
Yeah.
and you can see to the best of your ability. I mean, it's 3 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning, so there's not a
Yeah.
lot of light,
No.
but you can see around. All right, Sharon, what would you like to do?
While scanning is going, I don't know if I roll for this, but just basically I'm scanning the entire perimeter. I'm looking for anything that looks wrong.
Yeah, you would roll an alertness for that, probably.
Okay. I got a 31 and I needed to get a 50, so I'm good.
Woo! Okay. Yeah, you are with 2 guns out in front of you, one of which is holy water. You are sort of staring down the entire environment. And yeah, as the not exactly as the ritual begins, but pretty shortly afterwards, you see what looks to be like a lantern coming toward the space. It's being carried by something that you can't see, but it is definitely like person's height based on where you are standing, where everyone else is standing, and sort of the terrain. It looks like, yeah, it's not coming along the ground. It's definitely up.
Doc, it's coming. Hurry up.
Glaciolopolis, I hate you, you dumb fuck. Glaciolopolis, get the fuck out of here, Glaciolopolis. Your father was a hamster and your mother smelled of elderberries.
Yeah, so now as you have taken the moment to start the ritual, 2 men come toward you with a black dog on a leash. You don't know exactly who they are, but it does strike you, Sharon, in particular, that it, based on how loud their shoes are, someone is definitely wearing like big, thick, crunchy boots.
Oh. Okay.
And a tall, thin man sort of appears from the shadows holding the lantern and says, "You shouldn't have come here to do this."
Where else should we have gone?
Anywhere? This is...
Why?
And he kind of looks sort of confused for a moment, and he's like sort of gathering his wits about it. It's like, yeah, you shouldn't be here. It's not right what you're doing. This is our space.
I think it's time for your space to go somewhere else now.
I don't like it. Is that what I say? And another person who is next to him, slightly shorter, says kind of the same thing, like, yeah, we don't like it. We don't like it. And the dog between them sort of lets out a small woof.
Poof.
Woof.
Poof.
Respectfully, your time here's done. It's time to go.
And then you don't even hear what's going on per se, but you like kind of sense the voice saying, well, this was a dumb charade anyway. And then the dog takes flight, and now we start a new round. So how far up is the dog? Oh, yeah.
Glacia Levelus, you're a mangy cur.
Ooh. You're a mangy cur.
The dog goes
You sound like a
first.
part of a vagina.
Ooh.
That's a mewling quim, but we can do that some other time. Okay. This round he basically just takes flight and starts saying things in Latin. Again, he's not physically speaking. He is a dog with wings that is not talking per se, but you can hear in your mind basically that it's saying a bunch of things in Latin. Dr. Owen, you can kind of translate some of it. It's basically just like, come to me, my legions of hell, come and serve me.
Yeah, I'm focused on my passages, trying to shout them louder than he can.
Great. We will go to Dr. Owen then. It is your turn.
I'm just gonna like motion for the other two here to like take care of him while I flip to the next page and continue the sermon.
Okay.
And also move to where he probably can still see me, but behind the ambulance. or behind a tree or something. Like the closest cover I can have.
I mean, there's not much cover. You're kind of in the middle of a field.
Yeah, well.
You find a small sort of berm that you can kind of sit down behind, and you're just like, okay,
Works.
let me do this here.
I'm still reading.
Yep. Great. Sarah, what would you like to do? So there are where you are basically. I could draw this, but it's basically you are in the bigger part of the clearing, about 20 yards ahead, but you can still see everybody. Dr. Owen was behind you along with Sharon. They come up behind you, and now the dog has taken flight, but there are two additional people who are sort of off to the side of Sharon and Dr. Owen.
How high up is the dog flying?
About 20 feet. Not far.
Damn. Okay. He's too tall for me to run down.
Yeah, your ambulance has like a 15-foot clearance at best.
Yeah. So I'm gonna run down his friends.
But the people, yeah. Good answer.
I want to go hard. I would like to use one of my helps.
Sure.
And and that is a super success. Actually, not really. It's just a success.
Okay.
I can do math. It's true. And I just got them down. They're gone. Good night.
Okay, so this was you're at a drive skill.
Yeah.
Basically? Okay. Driving to gun them down. Let's see if either of them can make any kind of save. What do they have in terms of like a dodge?
I'm a car.
Dodge. God help me.
Vroom vroom.
No, they have a base 30 because they're not very bright. Okay. Person number 1. Let's do cowboy boots. Fails. Let's do his shorter friend. Succeeds. Okay. So cowboy boots. I don't know if we've done vehicular manslaughter before.
First for everything.
Yeah. Thank you, little kitten. Yes, I know we have helps. I do need to start using them. Cowboy Boots does not get to dodge out of the way. His smaller friend is able to sort of dive out of the way, but will probably take half damage basically. So how do we roll a vehicle as damage? That is an interesting question.
I get his legs. I don't know.
He only has so many hit
Get to
points.
keep them.
They're my legs now.
I will
Find your
say
keepers.
I will say roll a d6 and see what happens. And we'll see how
Okay.
many points you get off of that.
Sure.
I will let you do
Ooh.
it. Just a d6 for now.
Tasty, tasty. Oh, that's a 5. Tasty, tasty
Oh,
damage.
dang.
I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah.
To be fair, a flashlight is 1d6, so maybe the car would be more.
I was just coming up with it on the fly.
Oh no, I know. But it is an ambulance.
Grand trauma.
I will help you fix your trauma and also inflict it. Ambulance.
Ambulance.
Okay. Yeah, you straight up cream this dude. Like you
Yeah,
just
Okay,
like the
good
equivalent
night.
of a fireball.
Bye. Thanks for playing.
and he is
Quick, turn on your windshield wipers.
Beep,
Still-
beep, beep.
still seemingly somewhat alive since you've backed over him, but he is probably underneath the ambulance at the moment. And his friend is still alive.
I shouldn't be laughing, but they are demons
Okay,
after all.
Sharon Green, what would you like to do?
So, how far is the demon away from me? Just the 20 feet in the sky?
Yep, just floating basically directly above you, like maybe a foot or two off to the side, but basically 20 feet above you.
I want to shoot it, but as I'm shooting, I want to spray the holy water so the bullet hits it first before it goes through.
Ooh, fancy. Okay. I'll let that happen. First roll to hit, see if you actually shoot into the creature itself.
Yes.
And that should be your firearm skill.
Yes. I'm going to use a help.
Yes, we have those. Boo-doo-doo-doo.
Good call on my part. Jeez. I hit.
Yay! All right. Let's see what happens. Go ahead and roll your damage. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how many hit points left you have.
That is an 11.
Okay.
And it's frangible, if that matters.
Oh, that would like break apart, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, you fire like straight on it, which is I love that the customs agent is the badass of the group that's just like and you hit it center mass, pretty much where its chest is. And you definitely do some significant damage. I mean, there's goo like dropping down on your face at this point because it's just splattered everywhere. It is still flapping, but it seems to be kind of bothered by everything that was going on. That was
Doc, hurry up!
lovely. All right. Cowboy is under the van. Let's see if he can get out. Nope. He's stuck. Shorty, do you have? Yes, of course you do. I know what you have. Can you fire? No. Shorty attempts to fire on the driver, Sarah Rubin, but misses.
That's for you.
That gun is really loud. It is exactly what you were expecting. The snub nose revolver that was involved in all of these different shootings. Apparently, there are multiples of it, and this second gun is just as loud and just as deadly as what David Berkowitz would have carried.
Oof.
All right. Great. Now we're back to the top of the order, which is my turn. Do I? That's I don't know. Sorry, I should have planned this better. Okay. I will attempt. Okay. The demon is going to attempt to attack Sharon Green by coming down toward her and attempting to bite her. I think that is that a dexterity roll? It's like it doesn't have hands, so I can't call it hand-to-hand combat. Unarmed, I guess, legged. Unarmed combat? Sure. Cool. Okay, it's got, all right, I have its unarmed. Let's see. Okay. It comes down toward you. See if you can roll to try to dodge out of the way.
Should I use dexterity or should I use dodge or what should I use?
Do you have a dodge skill?
I mean, yes.
Is it just the base level or do you have dexterity better?
Dexterity's better.
Okay, I will let you use dexterity to try to get out of the way.
Okay. I'll use my help, my last one.
Go for it.
No, I failed. I barely failed, but I failed by 1.
Oh, all right. Well, because the dog succeeds, he gets to try to bite you. And what is the bite? Okay, it's
at least it wasn't catastrophic.
okay. Yep. All right. So the dog swoops down and attempts to bite you on the arm. Oh, that went underneath. And rolls. Sorry, that was the wrong dice. Apologies. Anyway. Okay. And rolls 4. So take 4 points of biting damage from a demon that is flying.
Okay. Great. Got it.
Delightful. Cool. Now we are back to Dr. Owen. It is your turn.
I'm reading so hard and so fast.
Because the dog
About
is
how
kind of making noise, I need you to roll some kind of like concentration skill. This would probably be, you can make you can either say like constitution or willpower.
Sorry, what do you mean?
So you can either do your constitution times 5, con times 5, or power times 5.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Whichever is better. Flying demon dog, we're gonna finish tonight. It's gonna be a thing.
One way or the other.
Come on, Owen, you can do it.
I returned. That was a 33, a critical success.
Okay, on which? On
a
constitution?
power.
On power. Okay, on willpower.
Yes,
Cool.
on willpower.
So the demon is trying to. The demon has a high persuade, and it is trying to persuade you to stop and to get you to join.
I've laid the book on the ground and I have my hands like this and I'm still reading out loud.
Brilliant. Yeah, you continue on through the ritual, and it is seemingly continuing to work.
La la la, I can't hear you.
Sarah, it is your turn. You have the taller of the two people who came with the dog underneath the undercarriage of your ambulance. What would you like to do?
I would love to use my drive skill to go forward about 10 feet and then come right back.
Okay.
And just run him down, you know?
Okay.
Good night.
Roll a drive skill. He's going to try to get out of the way. He doesn't have a great dodge. No, he has the baseline dodge.
Yeah, that's a success. So
Okay. I'm going to use the help, just one, to see if this guy can actually get out of the way of this thing before he just gets murdered. Nope. He rolled a 94. Yeah. No.
Ooh, poor guy.
Get
Good
his letter,
night.
too.
All right. So yeah, you are able to he tries to crawl away in terrible pain. And you are able to run him over once again. Can you roll your the damage for this?
Sure. We'll go with the D6 again. Oh, that's a 1 damage.
Okay.
But he's under a car.
Yes. Yes. So he takes another point of damage. He is drastically injured at this point. I would also like for you to roll a sanity roll at this point.
Sure.
There is no evidence to see otherwise. Yeah, exactly. First, do no harm. You've taken some kind of Hippocratic oath, and you are literally running over a person. So this is probably starting to affect you somewhat.
Oh yeah, I totally fail that.
Okay.
But
Oh no.
Okay. Then let us see.
This game has this session has just been reminding to fire the dice I was using before because I've succeeded so much.
Okay, I will say that you are taking 2 points of sanity damage for literally running over a person when you have spent the majority of your life, at least professionally, not hurting people and trying to save their lives. Like, you know, you are about to cause this person's death, and you are hell bent on doing so. But at what cost?
woohoo!
You're gonna have a great work day tomorrow.
I am totally fine.
If you have a
Agent
job to
Karen.
work,
You have fired once upon the dog. What would you like to do now?
I will fire upon the dog again. Because
Okay.
right there.
Yep, go ahead, and it will try to dodge. Probably terribly.
24. That's a hit.
Okay. Okay. What is your firearm skill?
70.
Okay. Okay. Someone's gonna call me on the rules on this, I'm sure. Okay. So you have a 70. I have a 75 in unarmed, and I also succeeded. So because I have a higher chance of succeeding, I think that means that I win this one. All that means is that I dodged the shot, but barely.
Oh. Okay.
Does that make sense?
I guess.
Yeah. It's an opposed roll.
that
So
makes sense to me.
yeah, if both sides would succeed their rolls, then it's based on whoever has the higher skill in that skill.
Okay.
Is going to be the one that succeeds over top of the other one, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I think that's correct.
I would imagine that's probably correct.
Okay. So you fire at it, but it miraculously does a little barrel roll in the air, and barrel roll while spewing blood and gore everywhere. I mean, there's just like goo all over the place. Yes, it's getting all over you at this point. You're covered in black viscera. Sorry, arts and crafts and vehicular homicide. I had to throw that up there. Dracula's stepdaughter, you are on fire tonight. Great. So yeah, no additional damage. But yeah, you did freak it out. And
Do a barrel roll.
Cowboy is still incapacitated. I'll see if I can get him to get up, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to get up. Yeah, no, that was an 85. No. Cool. Now, Shorty, let's see what you can do. All right. 50-50 on this. Okay. The other gentleman who was standing next to the cowboy that you had run over becomes invisible.
Oh, okay.
And vanishes.
Sure.
Yes, he's still alive somehow. He's got a certain amount of hit points, and I'm tracking them very well. But yes, Cowboy is still alive. Shorty is now invisible. I'll explain later. Okay. We are back to the top of the order. Thank you all for sticking around with me. It's going to go a little bit long, but hopefully not forever long. So crossing fingers. Anyway. All right. Dog is going to attempt some things. Ah! Nope, that's a miss. The dog attempted to fly down and bite, but is losing fluids all over the place and is having a hard time. Still remains upright though, or alight, I should say. He's in the air. And now we are back to Dr. Owen.
La 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 la, I can't hear you. Flip the page. La, la, I can't hear you, but I'm still reading. So I've been doing the ritual now for this will be round 5.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. How much longer do I think that I'm having to get through this?
You have like a page left, basically. So like 2 more rounds ought to do it.
Okay, cool. I am like on the ground, prone, trying to not be seen, and I'm shouting this ritual out loud.
Yeah. Yeah, I think because he attempted to attack Sharon again, but failed, I think he's not able to concentrate on you. So yeah, you are unopposed this round. Good for you.
Great. I'll keep doing what I'm doing.
Yay, good luck.
You
Sarah.
fake ass bitch. I'm gonna banish you.
All right, Sarah, it's your turn. You're still in an ambulance. There's someone underneath it.
Great. So I'm not super worried about him right now. I don't think he's gonna get up. So, and technically, if I don't kill him, I don't break my oath. So you know what? It's fine. So Shorty, my friend, my dear brother, my broski, if you will. So do I know if he was able to move or did he just turn invisible?
Roll me like an observation kind of roll, like a alertness. Roll me alertness.
An alertness, fantastic. Well, I failed that, so
you just noticed that he's now not there.
Great.
You have no idea where he went.
I would love to. The last space that I saw him in, I just want to run that down.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I just want to try.
Do your drive skill first to see if you actually succeed in going in the correct direction. And
amazing. Oh dear goodness, where is it? There it is.
Dodge.
That is a failure, in fact.
Oh.
You have no helps left?
I mean, I didn't call it at the beginning, so I can't use it. So
okay. Yeah, whatever you were attempting to do, you don't you're still in control of the car. You are currently not over top of Cowboy, but whoever you were attempting to hit, it does not work.
Oh, that's rude, but okay.
All right. Sharon, what would you like to do?
So the thing is spewing black liquids all over me, screaming in my face. I should try to shoot it one more time.
I suppose so.
So that's like a 0. So like,
ooh, oh,
that's exciting.
Okay. Sarah has to take a cigarette break. I don't even know if this is going to matter. We'll find out in a second. But I guess I could still potentially succeed if I try to dodge real hard. What was my okay? It was a 75. That's right. No, 81. He fails.
Oh, good. Yikes. All right.
Yeah. Roll your damage for your firearm, which you are still firing through the spray of holy water. Okay, great.
Yes, blindly as best as possible. That would be 8.
8. Okay. Beautiful.
It's 1d10 plus 1, so it's been going over.
Good for you. Yeah. So yeah, you fire at it once again. You hit it pretty much center mass. This time, instead of in like the chest cavity area, it's more the underneath carriage sort of bit, and the dog comes crashing to the ground. It is flopping about miserably. Have you ever seen like The Thing?
Yeah.
Like John Carpenter's The Thing? Okay,
yeah.
so like that scene when the dogs are all like in getting absorbed by the creature, like that plus wings.
Ew.
Yeah, it's real gross. Yeah, no, you've already dealt with seeing the demon, and now you're just killing it, and it's a demon, so you don't have to roll anything for that. You're feeling pretty righteous right now. Cool. Great. Cowboy is on the ground. Let's see if he even does anything. At this point, his like legs are smashed. Nope, 92. He just continues to flop about on the ground miserably, along with his master. And let's see. Ooh. Okay, I'm just going to attempt to do it. Okay, that is a. What is your firearms? Nope. Dang it. You hear a shot ring out again. Another report from that very loud gun. And Sarah, your side view mirror gets shot out.
Oh.
There's a flash of where the gun came from, but not necessarily the full visibility of the person who had fired it. So you don't
Okay.
quite you see where the shot came from, but you don't see them.
Okay.
Cool. And we are back to the top of the order. It's now time for the dog to do something. Okay. The dog says something else in Latin.
Okay.
And from all around you, you hear what sounds like just a chorus of howling. Almost like if you were out in the Midwest and there were coyotes all over the place. There's just this howling cacophony that sort of surrounds the area that you are in. But that's all that happens. We are now back to Dr. Owen, round 6.
I want to pick up the book, and I want to start reading still, but start making my way towards the ambulance.
Okay. You can sort of head in that direction, probably closer to Sharon. So you guys are probably next to each other at this point.
Oh, okay. Away from the demon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to be as far away from that thing as possible.
Okay. Fair enough. Now we have Sarah. You are still in your ambulance.
I am. Someone shot at me. They shot my my mirror out. I actually would love to like back up in that area.
Okay.
Yeah, I just for fun.
Attempt your drive skill again. Go for it.
Yeah, I think it's a really fun idea. That's a success, actually.
Okay, let me see if he has any chance of diving out of the way. He has
I just
the
want
worst
back up
dodge
just
ever.
as a
I should
treat.
have done something better with that, but whatever.
It's fine, whatever.
No. He does not dodge out of the way.
That's fine.
All right. Roll a d6, see how much damage you do.
Good night, sweet prince. That's a 4.
Okay. Yeah, with that you run into something very solidly, and it just and once it hits the ground, even through the cracked side view mirror, you can see that now the shorty has sort of recorporealized. It's not like he disappeared per se. You can see now with your rear view lights, like where he was standing. He was just, you couldn't see him. That's all.
Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, great.
All right, Agent Green. What do you want to do?
I mean, it's screaming and I'm covered in blood and everything's. I'm just gonna keep shooting it.
Sure.
Do I have any helps left?
You might. Hang on. Doop. Yeah, you have one.
All right, I'm using it. Just let's hope for the best. That is a success.
Okay.
It was a 4.
Wow. Okay. Let's see if there's anything the dog can do about this. Yeah, I mean, even then it might be there. Yeah, it's unable to dodge at this point. I would say, yeah, you're probably just gonna fire right at it. Okay, roll your damage.
7.
Ooh, you hit it point blank in the face, and it sort of yelps as you blow its face apart, and it becomes a sort of splat on the ground.
Okay. And then I want to back towards the ambulance.
Delightful. Whoops, that's the wrong one. I want to undo that. There we go. Okay. Great. I'm gonna see if he can do anything, but okay. The one guy who is still just sort of scrawling about on the ground, who can't really seem to do much of anything. Let's see. He's going to attempt a firearms. Why not? Nope, that's a 94. No, he's just his legs are crushed. He's suffering from crush injuries. He's probably starting to bleed out at this point. Things are bad. Formerly invisible guy who is now also underneath the ambulance. Who still had a gun out. Let's see.
I dare him. Try to do it. I dare you.
All right. You know what? I still had one help left, and people are gonna be mad if I don't do anything with it. So I will use a help
Something.
to see if I can shoot.
Somebody had a comment saying that they had the Thomas the Tank Engine theme going with this, and I want you to know.
I rolled a 48 and even -5. That does not succeed. So no, he's not able to fire at you.
Good night.
Excellent. So yeah. Sharon, you see in front of you this gooey mass that used to be this sort of demon thing. You are witnessing it sort of starting to knit itself back together. It's not talking anymore. It can't make any more noise because you've fired through its, face.
Mm-hmm.
But the face is sort of trying to knit itself back together in that beautiful gooey sort of way.
Not good.
So I would love for you to roll a sanity as you are witnessing the unnatural in the highest order.
56. I'm okay.
Okay. Yeah, for the time being, you are still, just like whatever. It's a demon. Of course, it's going to do this. Dr. Owen, this is round 7. See if you can complete your ritual.
All right, I'm gonna try to complete it.
All right, can you roll me like a what did I have you roll before? The willpower.
Willpower again?
Yeah, willpower for a final time.
Times 5?
Yeah, power times 5.
Great.
You do have 2 helps, but you
Use your helps.
Do it. Use your helps. I can't hear you.
He's muted.
Oh,
We'll never
before I go,
know.
I want to use both my helps.
Okay.
Yes. Good. Okay. Good job.
All right, I'll be right back.
The suspense.
I feel like otherwise Sharon is just screaming.
Well, unfortunately, that is a 70, as that is a failure.
Oh.
Bye.
Yeah, getting to the end, and you see this thing sort of like knitting itself back together, and you're saying, not good, not good, not good. And that drops your concentration from continuing the ritual. You don't have to restart it or anything, but you will need to complete one final round of the ritual in order for it to be
Okay. I'm going to keep moving towards the ambulance.
Yes. Brilliant. Sarah, it is your turn again. You have a different guy underneath the ambulance, but they are both seemingly incapacitated. One of them tried to fire at you and just failed miserably.
That's fine. Good for him. I would like. Where's this demon dog? Is it on? Is it still flying?
No, it's on the ground at this point.
Can I run that over too?
Ooh. Yeah, you are welcome to try. And it's got nothing left. I don't think
Please
it can
don't
die.
hit me.
That's actually a success, but barely.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, you throw it into reverse one more time and you back over what is left of this demon dog, which has a horrible squelching and simultaneously sort of one of those like as
Oh,
yep, because it's a
I
dog.
feel a
Well, don't
little
make me
bad
feel
about that.
bad about it.
I feel
But-
really bad at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you roll me a sanity roll again because
That's fine.
You're running over a dog, and that's
I
even
deserve
worse.
it. I succeeded that one.
Okay,
It's
it's a demon. It's a dog, but it's still a demon. So you
Yeah,
don't feel as
it's a
bad
demon.
about that.
Yeah.
Great, excellent. Sharon, your turn.
Well, now the ambulance is on top of it, right?
Yes, and you guys are basically right next to the ambulance.
I'm running towards the ambulance, and then I see the ambulance go. "Meow."
Is its face
Towards the other
still knitting
direction.
back together?
There's a lot of just like goo that's kind of twitching underneath the ambulance. I mean, the ambulance now at this point is just as coated in black stuff as you are.
Can I get in the ambulance while spraying the rest of the holy water at it?
Sure.
No, bad dog. Bad dog.
No. Oh no.
Oh, that's gross. Yeah, I will have you roll your firearm skill as you're doing that because it's a gun. It's just a gun, a squirt gun.
Different kind of gun.
Yes.
That is a 36, which is good.
Okay. Just making a note. Yeah, you are able to fire at it, and as you fire at it, it sizzles and makes terrible noises. How do you do that?
If you do this in video chat, it will make it happen. It does it to me all the time. I have.
It doesn't do it to me. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my god.
I make this happen on Zoom calls all the time by accident. I don't know why.
I want that to happen. You're the only thing I have. That's all I've got.
Yeah.
It won't do it for me.
Brilliant.
That's so funny.
That was great. Thumbs down. Yeah, you spray the globular mass of what is left of the dog. And it sort of like hisses and kind of burns and smells a lot like wet dog as you're doing so.
Oh.
And you call and you crawl yourself back into the ambulance. And at this point, basically combat ceases.
Yes, I want to finish the banishment ritual.
Yes. Without being completely under pressure, now that there is just Sharon Green is coated in all kinds of black goo. There are two men writhing on the ground in pain, and you are able to finish the ritual and essentially, I don't want to call it unsummon, dispel the dog. And basically, as you complete the ritual, you hear something in Latin sort of growled out. Death is only the beginning is basically what you can translate it to.
Great.
And as that happens, you notice sort of surrounding you is a large group of junkyard dogs. Just big pit bulls and a bunch of scraggly things and all kinds of Dobermans and German Shepherds. And they are all sort of closing in around you around the ambulance.
I honk the horn really loud so they get out of the way.
Put the siren on.
I put the siren on.
Yeah, for a moment, the dog sort of seemed like kind of startled, sort of out of their whatever was calling them forward.
Go on and get.
They sort of look around for a moment and then start to walk back in different directions.
Great.
Sarah,
Yeah?
can I have a cigarette?
Absolutely, you can. I have a blunt too if you need that. I want to light up a blunt. And I actually do. I do want to go and probably evaluate and provide first aid to the people I ran over, minus the demon. None of that stuff. Just because hey, listen, it's fine. They're suspects though. But I just want to make sure the dogs are cleared before I drive away.
I'm gonna need a minute.
That's fine. Listen, if you need a blunt, I know a guy. Listen, it's fine. It's how it be. Here, have a light.
Okay. So as you administer some basic first aid to these people, you are able to pull out their wallets, which are in the crushed sections of their jeans. And they are identified as John and Michael Carr.
Okay.
Ironic that they got run over by a car, but it is John and Michael Carr nonetheless.
Vroom vroom.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll leave them there, but I'm gonna make sure they're stabilized, and then I'm gonna get. But
okay. Yeah, you make it back to the precinct, and you are able to report back to Lieutenant Randy, who says that nothing untoward has happened with David Berkowitz in the time that you've been gone. He lets Sharon go get taken care of in the showers and gets her a whole different uniform of some kind.
Well, I got a bite on my arm I probably need looked at.
Yeah, probably. In the weeks that follow, it is David Berkowitz is analyzed by several psychiatrists who declare that he is unfit to stand trial due to mental defect. And he is eventually, he pleads guilty and is sentenced to life with the possibility of parole after, I think, 25 years. And to this day, as of May of 2024, he was up for parole. He did show up, and he said, I feel like I need to show up and show everybody that I feel bad for all the things that I've done. And he has since recanted his demon story and says that he made it all up just so that he could get away with it. And he's now something of a...
But we know the truth.
Oh, yes. And I will make note of this. John and Michael Carr are two men who were the sons of dog owner Sam Carr, and they lived on Warburton Avenue, where this Untermeyer Park is. John Carr is later found to be in a shooting death that is judged a suicide in North Dakota. And Michael Carr was killed in a fatal car accident. And,
too soon? I'm so sorry. Oh, God.
and that's how Delta Green does it. No loose ends.
History repeats itself.
And that is my game that I call My Friend Sam. So congratulations, you survived.
Yay! We survived.
Wow.
Mostly.
We did it.
We did it.
it.
Thank
Against
you.
all odds.
That was a lot of fun. That was kind of crazy. There were some things that the dog could do if you hadn't done the holy water stuff, and I was like, oh no, they win that.
Holy water in a spray bottle gets them every time.
All right. Before we leave, please let people know what you're doing and what are things that are going on. Sharon, tell us who you are and what you're up to.
I'm Emily. I'm at Emily_ROUCH on Instagram. Next up, I'm at New York Capital District Renaissance Festival. That's coming up this weekend. I'll be doing Once in Profit Time and Crimson Pirates, and then I will be at the Colorado Renaissance Festival with Maddie down below doing Chase Treasure. So that's what's coming up next. And you can follow my travels on my Instagram.
Yay. Maddie, why don't you introduce yourself since she's already been somewhat introduced?
Hi, I'm the goblin that waits under your bed. My name's Maddie. I actually can't drive an ambulance, but I will be at Colorado Renaissance Festival next weekend. Is it next weekend? Oh my God, time is an illusion. But I'll be there all 8 weeks. It'll be super fun. You can find me at Maddie's Comment on Instagram and on Twitch. At some point, I'm gonna start streaming my own games or doing other things. Ooh. Anyway, hi. Come see me. It's fun.
Yay. And our final friend, Dr. Owen Holiday, please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Graham. You can follow me on Instagram at anxiety.cracker. And then I have 2 more weekends here at the Oregon Renaissance Fair playing King James the 6th and 1st. We're in the middle of that right now. We actually have a hashtag now that is hashtag #YasKing because King James is gay and that we are playing him historically accurate. Here at the Oregon Fair, we're the first fair in the country to ever have a queer monarch.
That's so cool.
Yes!
So it's very cool. Very cool thing we're doing here. So if you're somewhere on the West Coast, come say hi at Oregon. It's a great time. And then I'll be at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair all season, so all August to October. So look for me there as well.
Awesome. Thank you. My name is Handler Z. I did this thing, and thank you all so much for dealing with all of this stuff. We started this when we were in Tennessee, and then there were tornadoes, and then there were other issues and a lot of other things that happened throughout.
I had a pizza place.
I'm just so proud that we finally got a chance to finish this off. I'm really loved that we got a chance to do kind of true crime thing. I think that was fun. Yeah, please check out all of our stuff. Nat 21 Adventures. You can find us on Twitch, which is where you're looking at us right now, probably, or possibly YouTube after the fact. You can also check out, let's see, 3D2U. They're in New Jersey this weekend. 3D2U.org. Destination D&D with Ren Adventures. They are wrapping up their castle tour right now, but there is another tour that's coming up very soon, so please check out renadventures.com. Also, this is my stuff. It's a book that I wrote, and I have another one that'll be coming out in the fall, so please check out our stuff, Dare by me. And thank you all so much for joining us in Nat 21, and thank you for letting me do this weird stuff. It's a lot of fun.
See you next time.
All right. Bye.